And finally, the long-awaited podcast, Casting Couch. Pause. I really don't know what the name is going to be for this, but this is something that's truly exciting. Spades, thanks for having me. I don't know why I'm hosting. You're hosting, but I'm starting it off. Go ahead, bro. Nice to meet you.
TBD, to be determined. We're gonna find out a little nice slogan, nice name, and that aside, though, I appreciate you for having me here. Nice place.
You're having me here, though. I mean, it's my place, but it's your podcast.
I guess.
Yeah, we're still figuring out this whole thing. Casting Couch it's a good name, though, right? It's a good name.
Hell yeah.
But I'm ready to get this thing going, bro, because podcast can literally you can expand on so many different ideas and have so many different questionable topics. And that's what makes it mad exciting, especially when you have multiple people here. So shout out to Spades. Shout out to our cameraman, Aladdin. We're going to have a projector one day, and we're going to have everything pulled up right there so you guys can see it. Mm-hmm. Maybe a change of scenery, different environment every time. Yeah. New people to invite, different conversations. But I'm ready to get this thing going, bro. Yeah. So whatever you want to start off with, go ahead.
I think for one, I guess let's just give the people a little bit of a background on ourselves.
Yeah.
So how about I'll start off. My name is Andy. Andy Spades Acevedo. And for one, y'all might be wondering why I got Spades as my middle name, but again, that's my online persona. That aside, though, I grew up from Lynn, and I have a business. I run a business called Takeoff. Little history as to why it's called Takeoff. Myself, I've always wanted to help others, and with that being said, I've infatuated video games. Video games saved my life, and so I wanted to somehow incorporate video games with people's lives and help people's dreams and aspirations to take off. With that being said, though, we are a luxury clothing brand that makes proprietary content, and alongside with that, we want to game competitively, and we just want to fucking dominate esports. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we got other plans later down the line, but that's exactly where we're going to start at right now. So
hell yeah, bro. Shout out to Takeoff, man. The community is really there, and it's really cool to meet somebody such as yourself as an owner that's really taken full leadership and ownership over a company, and having that type of experience, or at least having that type of dedication to something like that. When you meet somebody like that, you really get to realize the type of person that you're meeting with. So that makes me think about I'm grateful to meet valuable and high caliber people such as yourself, because it inspires me and it pushes me.
I'm not high caliber, but that's humbling though.
Hey, that's what we're striving for, right? Every moment. That's why we're here. That's why we're connected, because I feel like in life you just gotta put yourself in those types of opportunities to learn from other people. I literally get so inspired and motivated to talk, so I'm super excited about this. My name's Nicky Szn, 22 years young, from the Boston area. I create content. I live life through adventure and spontaneity. I flow with anything and everything, attached to nothing, connected to everything. So I'm just excited to be here, man. I know that we're going to have a lot of great conversations. I know that we're going to get really deep into a lot of different topics. So that's pretty much about me.
Hell yeah. All right, so some topics. So for one, I guess we could start going into what are our goals for the year?
Weird. So I have a little vision board, or at least something that I write about. But it's to constantly just create content, whether it's micro or macro. I'm looking to get into real estate, get my license to carry. But essentially, man, it's I'm looking to have an increase in my assets and my portfolio. I think that's generally the main idea behind my life and philosophy. Yeah. Right, the American dream. And sometimes I feel like in life, or at least in this day and age, bro, people forget to dream, or people forget what the American dream is, and that's ultimately to have the freedom and fulfillment of your life, whether it's working a job or whether it's creating a brand or creating content. It's whatever that you perceive success to be. So I'm really just looking to continue to embody my life, spontaneity and adventure at the same time. It's I look at life as a game. So this year I'm just continuously working on myself to be the best version, and just checking things off the bucket list, man, because this is a game. And I think that there's a quote that pops up into my mind. It's I think Shakespeare said it. He's there's the quote, and I'm thinking about it, and it's the jack of all trades something to the master of none. What is it? Refresh my memory.
Can't.
Yeah, we can. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. We might have to take a pause and cut it.
Fuck it. We'll do that.
A jack of all trades is not a master of one. You know what? I got go. You got it. What is it?
Jack of all trades is a master of none, but it's better than being a master of one.
Yeah, exactly. Because usually a lot of people say like a jack of all trades is never a master of one, and they kind of I kind of like perceive that, or a lot of people perceive that as a negative connotation. It's like, I don't care if I'm not a master of one. Yeah. And oftentimes it's better being a master of one. So a jack of all trades, not a master of one, oftentimes better than one. Mm-hmm. Something along the lines of that. I'm sure you guys get the idea, but that's how I want to live my life and live this year, continuously checking things off the bucket list, learning new skills, getting into different opportunities, bro, because being as young as we got a long life ahead of us. Yeah. There's a lot of life to live. We can mess up the next 10 years and still be fucking excited about life. And that's what people got to think about it as. I think life is taken too seriously sometimes. But that's essentially like my goals for this year. Continue to live life through spontaneity and adventure.
Love it. How's time looking right now?
About 7 minutes.
7 minutes? Okay. So my goals for this year, I have been, I think I don't really have a different goal, and I think that's what's very intuitive in itself. Like it's I've been making my business from scratch, from a mere idea of nothing into something for 6 years now, and I think the more I've been working on it, getting closer to a starting point, because no, I'm not at a start. I just got into the starting point, right? Like I just got into the entry. We're at the beginning of the race right now, and so
it's a marathon, bro.
Yeah, it's a fucking marathon, and this marathon, man, is a triathlon. It's not even
decathlon, triathlon,
motherfucker. This shit
never ending.
It's
never
not
ending,
and it might even last until like who knows, until like I'm fucking 50 years old. Until I actually,
it's never gonna end, bro. And there's a book here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. But as you get in that book, I'm never stopping, and so my goals for this year, they are going to be, one, assets. It's a large thing for me. Now that my business is actually making income, and it has a plan and a venture plans, and we kind of already have a blueprint ready. We're actually going to start building capital.
Assets is what's having money put into your pockets. Yeah. Liabilities are what's taking money out of your pockets.
Exactly.
For those
and we don't got and right, like it was mostly throughout those 6 years, it was mostly investments and not really liabilities. It was more just investing, and now it's gotten to the point where we're actually able to capitalize. And so I'm obsessed with my business and where I want it to be. And so my goals are just completely revolving around that. Alongside with that, that aside from my business though, there are a few things. One being, I just want to be smart.
An intellectual.
I genuinely, like, I'm one of these people that I love school. I don't hate school, and sometimes you might catch me saying like I fucking hate doing this work, but really hate is a strong word, and no, I don't like to use it in my vocabulary. I strongly dislike, and I don't dislike school. I love education. I'm very much a nerd, and I just love learning. And I think this year I'm just really just trying to learn as much shit as I can. And just I guess make my brain bigger.
I think that's the secret of life, dude. Just playing life as a student of all time, like, because people think that you're only learning in school, and the moment you think that you're learning in school and not outside of school, that's where you've lost.
Exactly.
You have to put yourself in a position to continuously learn, whether it's about sales, whether it's about owning your own brand, whether it's about investing. But to talk about real quickly about your goal and ultimately how it's a long-term goal, right? Yep. Everything in life is long-term. Like short-term intensity is always beaten by long-term consistency. In this book, The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, he talks about two pathways. It talks about the path of victory and the path of fulfillment, and essentially, Takeoff is a brand that is evolved around the path of fulfillment. Why? Because there's not monetary value that they're looking for, but it's long-term consistency, and with long-term consistency, it comes with impact. And so it's not a complete goal that they're looking for. It's just a goal of impact, which is always going to forever rule the community, because it's always going to be recycled versus the path of victory. It's like you're looking for monetary value or monetary consumption, and just going for that goal, it ends there. Because when you achieve what you're looking to do, like that's just it, and that's just money, right?
And that would look like me selling the business at one point, and
exactly.
now I'm done.
So it's like, in life, as cliche as it sounds, like, oh, people are looking for impact, but no, like, that's a serious thing. I think money goals aren't a bad thing, but ultimately your goal is to have impact and to have a business that's lasting longer than you are. And that's what Takeoff is about.
Exactly.
It's thinking long term.
Yeah, we're very much long term, and we don't want to be here for a short ride. We're here for the long run.
We got a long life ahead of us, bro.
Exactly. Like, we're not even actually, we're a quarter of our life now.
Yeah.
Creeping up on that. So alongside with that, health. Health is a big one for me. I guess I've always been into health. I used to box a lot, and I try to be stay fit. And so I think the older I got, though, I started to really realize that one of my main aspirations in life is really to live out my entire life. And I think
like past 100.
Past 100, man. Even I'm trying to get to 100 years old.
Doing your best. There's no try.
No.
You're just doing your best.
You're right. And with that being said, I think I'm doing a shit job. And
where you're either your greatest cheerleader or your biggest critique.
Exactly.
I'm both.
Yeah, and I'm doing a shit job right now. But this year we're trying to make some strides.
You were doing your best to make some strides. I think it's super important too. Like, I always like vocabulary. Yeah, dude. Because especially like if you're hanging around people that you really value, you'll fix those not fix, but you'll give some input in those types of scenarios, because it's like you want words of abundance, not words of lack. And we're in a world filled with abundance, and we just have it's just a different like perception of life, man. I think it goes into like being a victim versus a victor in life. So vocabulary is huge.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm telling you, this can get like levels deeper, like in terms of mindset, deeper philosophy, because that's what life is about, bro. Like, a brand is ultimately a service and a product that you're providing, but it goes deeper than that. It's like, what are you projecting to your audience? How are you using your platform? And I think it's so dope to meet people that have their own brands. Why? Because you can just tell that they're not living for themselves. That they're living for a community. They're living for the world. Why? Because they're not looking to just impact themselves. They always have some goal.
I wouldn't say everyone,
but regardless, if it's intentional or not, their product is adding some sort of value, or their service is adding some sort of value.
Definitely.
So
and health, assets, and my business, and I think it's kind of like adventure. That was one of the things I forgot to mention. I'm trying to travel a whole lot, man. I've already traveled to a few places that I haven't been to already, and I'm excited. Next coming month, I'm actually going to El Salvador, and
we got 14 minutes coming up, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. And so I'm just trying to travel, man. I'm just trying to fucking just go everywhere, see everything that I can, and live life. I think living life is by experiencing life
by your own terms too, man, and not by the whim of other people.
No.